we say so today is Monday, Motivation Monday, December the 23rd. It might be just the two of us. Because
Okay, that's fine.
everybody's having um
Christmas?
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve. And this is what I was telling my business partner is like people, I don't think, how long have you been on Skool?
Uh, Coming up on maybe 3.5 weeks now.
Oh, no way. You're
Yeah.
brand. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a second. It's not just the two of us. Who else is with us?
Well, my dog is a little annoying at the moment, but
Well, let's see. Let's bring
he
him.
he always gets happy when I get on camera, so he always wants to
Hi,
go
what is
out.
his name? Mr. Brownie?
Prowler.
What is it?
Prowler.
Brower. Hello, Brower. Well, tell me, what brings you to Skool? Because I mean, 3 weeks, you're like brand new.
Yeah. Well, so the original start was, I mean, I've been really successful in my career, which is welding, and I've done a lot of jobs. Most jobs people haven't even heard of, but I just got tired of it and I just wanted to do something different. And then I had met a girl. That's how a lot of stories start. And
Those are good
things were
stories.
going things were going super well, and they just crashed all of a sudden. And it just made me realize, like, my whole entire life is not where I want it to be. I've always dreamed of it being a certain way, but it's like I just always kept slipping up, always kept doing, something wrong, something wrong, something wrong. So I like decided to actually change and really focus on how to make my life the way I have always felt how it should be. So after doing my research and hopping online and always seeing all these ads on Instagram and all these people having a bunch of this money and living the life, and I'm like, okay, how do I get started? So I clicked on a link and got into a video call with a guy. I thought it was going to be a total scam, um, just to get my information, my face, or whatever. But he was a real guy, and just totally changed my mindset after having that conversation. So I was like, okay, this is something I want to get into. So did my own research and then came across Skool, which was doing a 14-day trial, and that's how that started. And then I just went down the rabbit hole from there, and it's been extremely mind blowing. Things have been happening, progress. I mean, it's been crazy. So,
That's awesome, Corey. So let me ask you this. So you say you're not where you want to be. So where do you want to be? Because you look really young.
yeah, well, I'm 27. So I'm getting up there. In my mind, I'm getting up
Right.
there. But
I get. And look, if I had the opportunity that you have with Skool, I'm 52 and Mel is not 52. Mel, are you doing okay? You look like you're suffering over there. I can't hear you. You're muted.
No, I was looking for my chapstick.
Oh, gotcha. You just looked like you were doing some painful stuff. So if I had the opportunity that you have right now, when I was your age, the only thing I had at my what I thought was possible was that either I needed to have a job and work really hard, or
right.
I needed to become an owner of something that would be very expensive that was not realistic, or the alternative would be to do multi-level marketing, which I
Yeah.
tried, and it's like I call it wackadoodle, right? Like you think like you just got it, you just got it, you just go one more, but
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way. So if you had your world, um, how did you end up in our group, by the way?
Well, I've been trying to grow my business. I'm trying to grow, whatever has been happening. So I came across I've been working 14-hour shifts on my day job, so it's been a little
As
groggy,
a
but
builder?
yeah. Um, but I came across it. I think I Googled how to expand on social media, I think. And then you were like the first, well, you were the third one that popped up. The first one I clicked and it didn't really click with me. So I kept scrolling and then found you, and I was like, okay, this seems like a group that I could join.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
you know what? I hope that you can post that on social media, on Skool and social media, because that in itself is inspiration.
Sure.
Hi, Luis. That's inspiration and verification as to how social media works, right?
Yeah.
I'm a geek when it comes to social media and promoting on social media.
Yeah.
If you're working 14-hour days, Oh my gosh, that and you're like Luis. Luis actually works. Luis is probably a little bit older than you, just a few years older, but he works. He's a cop, so he works from nearly sundown to not even sunup. So he works.
Yeah.
I think you go from 3 to 3. Luis, is that right?
Correct. I'm actually at work right now. So sorry if I don't get involved too much.
Yeah. So Luis is also in the same boat that you're in. So what you saw is that there's a lot of people making money online, right?
Yeah.
And you're not partaking in that, but you have one of these, right?
Right. Yeah.
So if you have one of these, you can do what Mel and I are doing.
Yep.
Now, Mel didn't have to do getting one of these. He just got one of these.
Oh, nice.
Right? So Mel is my business partner. So I say that
Cool.
because sometimes you don't have to do everything yourself. You can just
Yeah.
partner up with somebody, and that's actually the community that we're building. That's what we're calling it. We're calling it the Rich Habit, because when we come together and we build something together, then Luis as a cop can join. You as a welder can join us. Michael, who is a very high, I don't know how you get paid with welding, but when it comes to blue collar, when it comes to it's not heating, whatever heating stuff is.
Heating and HVAC or.
Yes,
Yep.
he does that, and he does crazy money, but he has no life.
Yep.
Doesn't get to see his kids. Like I talked to him this morning, he had not slept, and he was on a call for another appointment because a whole building is out, and it's his responsibility. And now wife and everybody's mad because he's not doing
Yeah.
the job that he's supposed to do at home. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Like, you're the provider.
Right.
So, Corey, tell me. I know the dreams that Luis has. Tell me, if you had your ideal dream and you could get away from welding, not overnight, but you could get away from welding, what would you do? What, you're 27, you said, right?
Yep. Well, I've always wanted to hunt and do a lot more of that. And I like to be outdoors. I like to snowboard, fish, hunt, and just travel. So my dream would be to be able to do that and not have to sacrifice most of that just for a job to feed that dream, right?
So you want to be able to hunt, travel, snowboard, and
Yeah.
basically have the van life.
Yeah.
Okay. And having a van life, that would be something that would be attractive to you?
A van, like a van. Did you say a van life?
Van, like a VAN.
Uh, well, not necessarily a van life. I want a nice house. I want to build a nice house, and I want to build my own house and have the money to do that and have land and everything else like that. I mean, my dreams are a lot bigger than a van life, but I mean, I'm kind of already living the van life already because that's what I had to sacrifice to see what I can do with my potential, and actually give myself some more time to sacrifice to this. So I've already done that, and it's fun, but I would want my own dream house and be able to travel and everything like that too. So
Okay. So you would want to have enough money to be able to travel, have your house, hunt, snowboard, and travel, but still
Yep.
have a house, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then tell me what country, what state are you in? I'm assuming that you're in the United States.
Yep, Montana.
Oh, I've never made it to Montana. I made
It's
it
beautiful.
all over the world, but I hear the best men, no offense to Luis and to Mel, I hear that the best men are all in Montana. That's what I heard. That's what I heard from other girls. Like, if you're single, you gotta go to Montana. So with that being said, so you came to Skool, you're looking at Skool, you're doing the 14-day trial. What is it that you want to build? What is it that you want to do?
So what I'm doing now and what I'm promoting now is it's called a millionaire mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just changing the way that you think about your life every day. So instead of hating your life and being like, this sucks, I hate my 9 to 5, just so grumpy and angry, I can't do this with my family, can't do this with my family, to look past that and see what you can do to change that, even if it's just small, to get, you know, to a bigger and higher goal. So that's what I'm promoting now.
Okay. And then, so one of the things that we do here, and that's because we follow the Alex. Are you familiar with Alex Hermosi?
Yep.
Okay. So one of the things that we do here is that we state the facts and tell the truth, right? So you want to be teaching something that if you're teaching the millionaire mindset, right? And I understand the concept that is the millionaire mindset that you're teaching, right? The mindset of
Sure.
a millionaire. But are you a millionaire yet?
No.
Okay. So there's friction in there because you're not
Yep.
teaching a millionaire mindset, but you're not a millionaire. So then there's friction in there. Now we have someone like Sandra. Sandra is a killer engineer, and she is all these different things, but she's an engineer. What she's going to be teaching is how to use STEM, and she can tell you Sandra, can you unmute yourself for a second, or are you not in a place to unmute? Because I know it's Christmas. Can you
I'm
repeat
here.
what STEM stands for?
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Okay. So coming from an engineer, that makes sense, right? STEM. She's teaching all things about STEM. So what would be something, are you sure you want to teach and get and charge people to pay you money for a millionaire mindset?
I mean, I think I could. That's just the mindset I have now. So that's, I mean, that, and I've been trying to like find my niche, but I mean, that the millionaire mindset includes, you know, at first I wanted to start helping people get more outdoors more and do that. You know, I guess the millionaire mindset includes if you're an outdoorsman, if you're a welder, you know, anything that I can relate on, then I can help you fulfill those dreams, help you with that work, and then also promote, you know, on how to make more money than what you think you can. Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense. So one of the things is that I do help people build their own schools, and I won the school games. You know what that is, winning the school games?
Yeah.
Okay. So I won the school games by helping other people build school games. What I found is that sometimes it's hard to build on your own, to build your own school, especially when you're working 14 hours. You know, we have Sandra
Yeah.
who works also crazy hours, and then we have Luis, which right now as a cop is working, and he's going to be working until 3 a.m. in the morning. So one of the things that you want to think about is how easily can people believe me on what I'm teaching, right? How easily can
Okay.
I sell this bag of goats? Tell the truth, state the facts. State the facts, tell the truth. So the only thing that I would be concerned with you is that it's a millionaire mindset, right? And it makes sense when you're trying to be a millionaire. But if you're not a millionaire and you're trying and you want to charge people to come to the millionaire mindset, but you're not yet a millionaire, sometimes that can have a little bit of conflict. But if
Sure.
you tell me I'm a welder and I've made my life so that I can work and also have a life and also have outdoors and also be able to go hunting, because I'm assuming that sometime along the year you find time to go hunting. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You look like the guy that is going to do whatever it takes. My dad and my little brothers. My dad was a hunter. He came from Kentucky. He was a good old boy, Kentucky boy. So I know that those that hunt, that you just have that je ne sais quoi about you hunting. So you could teach who you are already. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you're already successful at being you.
Sweet. Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's just like
Yeah.
you already figure out how to get rid of I'm assuming that you have a minimalist life.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have a minimalist life, you know how to live with the essentials and still
Sure.
have a dog and still be able to do a little bit of fun and still be able to hunt and still be able to travel and still be able to find girls, right? Because you just said that you broke up with your girlfriend, or the girlfriend, poof.
Yeah.
Right? So if you were to teach that to 20-something-year-olds, now they'll listen to you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's super helpful too, because it's been tricky to, because it's like trying to get people in and then explain more, but why don't I just start with explaining myself first, and then the people who are already interested in that, then I can say, hey, I can help you with this. Also,
Yeah.
we can also correlate some
I
other
know.
things to make you smart.
In order for you to get to where you are, you have to get the mindset that you have, right? In order for you to find me, you have to have the right mindset. And it's not necessarily a millionaire mindset, in all truthfulness. It's just a relentless mindset. It's a driven mindset. It's a mindset that not everybody has.
Yeah.
And that's a powerful thing that you can actually package and sell, especially if you go after. There's a guy, I don't know if you know who he is, but let me I always rather show you than tell you.
Okay.
And the point of this call is to get the help that you need, to get the questions answered that you need, and then also that when you walk away from here, you're gonna walk away feeling like, okay, I got it. I can figure this out. So there's a guy. What is Mr. Open Shirt Dojo guy? What's his name?
I don't remember his name.
But do you remember his community? I think it's Dojo somebody. He's usually on the top of the. Where is he? But all he does is that he teaches men how to be cool and how to have the dojo life. Let me see.
Okay.
And he only teaches $33. He started only teaching by $22. And oh, look at this, Mel. We're showing
I
up
see
to
that.
dojo. I love that. Maybe we should go back to dojo. I love dojo, but it wasn't something that maybe I'll sprinkle it again. I think I'm gonna be sprinkling it back. Okay, so I can because you gotta see this, because he is he's Mr. I'm really cool guy. I've made a lot of money. I'm very wealthy. Blah blah blah. Right? But you don't need to be like him. But you can take the model that he did. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think he won #1. Aremza. What is his name? Oh my gosh, Nate. Okay, let me see. Give me 1 second. Nate. He's like Mr. Really Cool Guy. Nate. Does anybody know who I'm talking about? Nate, somebody? Oh my God.
I know who you're talking.
Well, I know, but do you have the name? Nate?
I'm looking for it right now.
Okay, Nate Belmer. Nate Belmer. So when you look at Nate Belmer, right here, anime shreds. Now I know this is not what you want to build, but this is how he built his community. Now he's Mr. Cool Guy, Mr. Buff Guy, Mr. I Get All the Girls guy, right? I'm not saying that you pretend to be that, because he's very different, he's very, very different. But you can take the model that he did here because it works, right?
Okay.
But you can take it to blue collar 20-something-year-olds. He targets 20-something-year-olds.
Okay.
Makes sense? So instead of
Yeah.
just saying 25 exclusive potion recipes, no, 25 exclusive, hunting places, right? And then when you talk about 70 plus delicious food recipes, you can talk about 25 vacation destinations that you can do for free.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you think about it, like I live in California. I live literally 7 minutes away from the sun. I can literally tell you about 100 places that you can do on staycation and go on vacation for free. Totally free. Not kind of free, not sort of free, but totally free. And it would be the most exclusive, like you think like, oh my gosh, I must feel like a millionaire, right? So if you think about what are some of the places that people can go in Montana, right? That where like you look at the top the 100 places in the country of the United States that people can go for free. And then you just build it like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And then you actually have a following because people that are like, well, this dude does it, right? This guy already does it. He's done it. He's living it. And
I gotcha.
he wants to help me. And then the way that you make money is by eventually they want to do what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So the way that you do it is that you teach them how to open their own Skool community. So when you do help people, and this is where I'm good at, when you help people, except that now I'm doing it in a reverse way. So when you help people open their own community, are you familiar with Skool affiliates?
Not too much, but it's been noticed to me a couple times.
Okay, so right now, every time that you refer somebody to Skool affiliates, you get $39 for life. Every time somebody opens a Skool community with your link as an affiliate, you get $39 for life. Now, that is tough to do because not everybody keeps their community because it's very tough, as you have experienced, to build a community by yourself. But as you
Is that as long as they still have their community? Like,
as long as the community is open, you get to make $39. But if you think about it, if you get 10 of those, that's what, 300. How much is 10 times 39? 10 times.
well, even three would pay for my membership. So
Exactly, right? So when you start building this, it's what it's called, it gets away from you. So you build it and you'll build it really simple, right? You don't need to be more than who you are.
yeah,
Right? Don't be more than who you are. But if you have your own community, you can reach out to guys that are bigger than you, right? Guys that maybe they want to help you because you're younger. So the older men usually will be willing to help the younger men. So you find other men
okay,
that are successful that maybe they're not in the multimillionaire section or the billionaire section, but they made it. And then you bring
yeah,
them, they speak in your community. And then now
okay,
you have people that have made it. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So you don't need to create courses. You don't need to put a lot of bells and whistles. You just need to show up because now humans, we are a commodity, especially with AI. So anybody can throw a whole course that they just put onto ChatGPT or any AI right now, and they throw it, and then there's a whole course and blah, blah, blah. But a human is irreplaceable. So if all you do is that you say, you know what, I'm going to teach every single week for 15 minutes, exactly how I live and what I've done. And that's what you do.
Okay.
And you make content. The way that you make content, do you know how to make social media content?
Yeah.
So then the way that you make content is that you just start educating people about minimalistic life
Okay.
in your 20s. In that you're what you're doing is that you're gonna start casting the vision. Like right now, can I tell you what we're doing with our community?
Yeah.
So our community has evolved from many, many different things. And what we realized was that as we were helping a lot of people try to start their own communities, we realized that it was better for us to come in as a collaborative, very similar to what Alex Ramosi and Sam Ovens did. Sam Ovens and Alex Ramosi, they said, instead of us working separately, trying to
Yeah.
become billionaires, let's join forces and let's bring all the people, and then we'll help all the people collectively. So I joined forces with Sandra, I joined forces with Mel, and I'm bringing other creators that they don't want to have the hassle of building their own community from the get-go. So Sandra
Yeah.
is going to be teaching STEM. There is another gentleman that is already an attorney, that if you have any questions about how to have a business questions when it comes to business law or intellectual property, he would be your guy, right? So all of this information, including taxes, including digital products that are going to help you save you time, make you money, and save you money, all of this is under one umbrella, and that's the Rich Habit X community, and that's a paid.
I gotcha.
It started off, right now we still have it on sale for $10 a month, but we realized very quickly that we wanted to make it to where everybody could easily make $5,000 residually. Well, is it easier to make $5,000 if we are all making $5 per referral? Or is it easier to make $5,000 if everybody's making $49 per referral? Obviously,
Yeah.
the second one, right? So what we decided is that instead of charging $10 a month and then splitting the commission 50-50, we were going to up our program, and we were going to call it a master class, where it's a collaborative of different people teaching in the community. So I don't do all the teaching. I don't have all the responsibility. So Sandra is going to be teaching not sophomores and seniors in high school how to get to college, right? And because she's done it before. And then we have an attorney that is going to be answering questions about legal stuff. We have another person that is going to be teaching in their strong suit. So what I'm sharing with you is that my program, because I'm not trying to be all and do all of it, is a $99 program. Now, if I tried to do it all by myself, I would be exhausted, I would be taxed, and it would be a really hard program to run. But because I'm
Yeah.
with other people, it makes it easier. So for you, you could do something similar and just reach out to other men that are like you, not
Okay.
people that are totally not in your same wave, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. So tell me what you hear me saying and how you could see this could help you.
So what I hear you saying is I need to reach out to someone who is like who likes to, hunt or snowboard or something like that, that is a friend of mine who can help with, and I've already got a guy in mind who can help with collaborating on widening the spectrum a little bit, um, and bringing more people, I guess, in our community to be able to teach them on how to run their own school if they're interested on doing what we do, and that's hunting all the time, finding time to hunt, living like I do, living like he does, and then it just, small easy steps from there, and then it naturally grows is the gist of it.
Yeah, exactly. Because right now, if you're working on average 10 to 14-hour days,
Yeah.
you have to make it realistic for you to build something on the
Right.
pockets of your life. So building a community, even though we say that is the easiest way to make money, is not. If you build it, they will come. It takes
Yeah.
time, right? So you can do it because you have the drive, because you don't want to settle for just van life. Like a lot of people, they just want the easy way, right?
Yeah.
You obviously have thought through this and you have plans. You probably want a family, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So with you, you have the vision. So if you just paint the picture for the 20 somethings, they
Okay.
will have to be relatable to you. And
I
then
gotcha.
go on Instagram, or what social media is your strongest?
My strongest is probably Instagram.
Okay. So if you go, so I'm going to tell you a true story. There is a multi-millionaire, basically billionaire, because he's married to a billionaire. And like she's in the cover of Forbes magazine, kind of billionaire. And I literally reached out to him because he had a program, and I said, I would love to be in your program, blah, 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 blah. I ended up being connected with him because I emailed him, and he ended up mentoring me for an entire year. Because you want to know why?
Wow. Yeah.
You want to know why he mentored me for an entire year? I'm assuming that you're saying yes, but you're freezing. So just so you know, the only reason he mentored me for an entire year was because I asked. There was one
Right
time
on.
that I spoke on stage with two billionaires that flew their private jet that was insanely expensive to come and fly
Sweet.
from Arizona to California to do an event with me. And I had over 700 people at the event. And I was the newest person in the group. And I asked him to do it. And everybody was surprised that I was a new girl who had these billionaires do this event. And one woman asked, how did she get you to do it? And Kathy looked at me, the multimillionaire owner of $1 billion company, and she looked back and she says, "Yes." That's all I did. I asked, right? So
Sweet.
what I'm suggesting is that find 5 men that you would want their life, right? 5
Okay.
men that they're hunters, that they're snowboarders, that they have the vacation life that you want to have. Not anybody that is attached to MLM, because I don't
Yeah.
recommend. But
Sure.
just somebody that is already, they're business owners and they have built the life. And you do your research, right? Don't get seduced by what you see. Like, do your
Okay.
research, Google them, find out who they are, and then simply ask, "Hey, I'm just starting out. I'm a welder. I've been working 14-hour days, and I'm building a community to bring other 20-something-year-olds. Well, what do you consider a Gen Z?"
A Gen Z?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't know what generation I'm considered. I don't pay
I think
attention to
you're
any of that.
a Gen Z. I think you're a Gen Z. So you can say I'm 27. I want to bring other 27s along with me because I want to have the house. I want to have the wife. Da 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 da. Especially if they're married with kids, they will want to mentor you.
Okay.
You might go through 30 people, 40 people, 100 people, but if you find 5 men that take you under their wing, you're golden.
Awesome.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It makes incredible sense. I appreciate the help that you've given me. It's been blowing my mind this whole conversation. So
That's the point of this. That's the point of this.
that's
Is
awesome.
that you don't have to do any of this by yourself, because I
Yeah.
promise you, it's tough if you try to do it alone. And most of us who have done it, I have a whole presentation that I do. That there's a list, and if I show you, actually, see, again, I'd rather show you than tell you. Let me see if
Okay.
my deck is okay. So let me see. Can you see my?
Well, and I've been doing it all by myself because at first I had this brilliant idea because everybody was making money and it looked so easy and so simple, just like you were talking about. And I had it in my grasp for the moments, and then I totally lost it, and and so I just wanted to do it myself so I could start showing one person here, one person there. But now it's actually starting. Like, I need to. This is really helpful. So
Yeah, so I want to show you how most of us, like I've been doing it the hard way for all of my life until I met Mel. Mel White is down below.
okay,
And what I realize is that the all the billionaires that I personally know and the multimillionaires that I personally know and those that we have read about, and then this is me winning the Skool games. So I came
okay,
number 3. I think at the time the slide shows 189,000, but I think there was at that time there was only 129,000, but I came in 3rd place.
yeah. That you won it 3 times, haven't you?
No, I only won it one time,
Just
but
once. Okay.
we're about to win again.
Okay.
But I want to show you. Okay, so this is what I want you to remember this for the rest of your life. I wish I had known this. A lot of times we're just not invited to the party.
Yeah.
By that, what I mean is that there's a lot of people that get wealthy and rich, but they don't tell us how to get there. It's like you hear everybody, "Oh my gosh, I made so much money. Oh my gosh, I made so much money." But the only thing is that they didn't tell you that Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, they got together and that's how they got stronger, right? So there's always a partnership that happens. Steve Jobs with Steve Wozniak, right? He couldn't do it by himself. And a lot of people are under the misrepresentation that we have to do it alone. Larry Page and Sergey, they did Google co-founders, right? And then you have non-billionaires that they're trying to make their way to billions. Right now, they're
Yeah.
multi-millionaires. You have Sam Ovens and Alex Ramosi. I'm sure you know who they are, right?
Yeah. Yep. I gotcha.
So these two said, we're not going to do this alone. So the only thing that happens is that people are trying to do it by themselves when everybody else
Is partnering up and teaming up.
Yeah. So if you want to win, if you want to change your life, you want to do it. You want to find, you want to find 3 men that are manly men like you, right? Because there's all sorts of men. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Like my dad was a man's man, but my first husband, he wouldn't know how to fix a car or anything like that. Like didn't have any tools. Like I had tools because my dad showed me how to have tools, right? So there's a lot of different men. So if you find your tribe of men and just
I gotcha.
find 2, then say, I'm trying to build this community. I want to build it. Let's say that you start charging $10 is the price that if people see the value, they'll pay it, right? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
You can start with $10 at the beginning so that you can get your money, your school community paid for. So you start with 10 people and you basically ask for favors. You say, hey, I'm starting out, will you please? And this is what Sandra and I worked on. Now, Sandra is a very educated woman. Sandra, can I tell your story?
Sure.
Okay. So Sandra is a highly elevated woman, right? She's an engineer, not like a brand new engineer. She's like a genius, right? And when she was trying to do her community and trying to figure out, she was like, I don't know how to do this. I'm like, do you not think that people will give you $10? She's like, I don't know. I was like, what if you just go and ask people, hey, would you sponsor me to start a new project that I'm doing for $10 a month? But all I'm asking you is to cover me for 10, for one month,
1 month.
Venmo me $10. She got all this money from people. They're like, yeah, sure, I'll help you. Right.
Sweet.
So if you do it to where people start supporting your cause and your vision, I would say don't go for the millionaire mindset. Just go for Corey.
Right.
Not mistaken. You don't need someone bigger than you. You are a big deal.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Well, there's always a reason for why God.
That's what I said.
Oh, was that Sandra? What was that, Sandra?
I said that's what I said.
Oh my gosh. You are the sweetest. You are the sweetest. So what questions, Corey, do you have that you have? I mean, today was about you. So what questions do we have? How can we help you get to where you want to go?
Well, I'm going to stay in the community. And just a quick heads up, we got off early today, which was a blessing. And I was like, okay, God, it's all about you today. So I haven't given much time to you. And I came across, I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to get out of a page or whatever. And I came across you and it said live now. And I was like, I exited out of it because I was flustered brained. But then I was like, wow, I wonder how I can help. And then, or how she can help. And then I clicked it. And then this entire thing has been super informational. So it's definitely brought me from way up here that wasn't working down to an easier platform to where I can now possibly branch out even better and get that couple people to help me out too. So I don't think I have any questions, and I'm sorry if I intruded on anything. I'm still learning these platforms. I'm still learning like, okay, what community is going to be right for me? Where do I learn? Where do I get this from that? So, and I'm sorry if I intruded on anything, but I do appreciate the help. It was amazing. And I will go ahead and post it that you have helped me on my social medias, and I will promote you there and promote you on my page as well if that's something that you would be interested in. But
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
You know what? I tell you something. What you want to do right now is leverage other creators that are not massive creators, because you want to know what happens when you mention somebody else and you show their picture.
What?
We share you with our communities because
Sweet.
you talked about us. We want
Gotcha.
to hear that you talked about us.
Yeah.
So here's another pro tip. So find 10 men, find 11 men. 11 men that you want their lives, but you've done your research, right? Because not everything is the way that it looks.
Yeah.
not everything that is bright, not everything that shines is bright. Or how does the saying go, Mel? There's a saying in English. Spanish is my my first language, but neither Spanish nor English is my first language because I came here when I was 14. So whatever the saying is, but not everything that shines is bright or whatever. But you want to find the men that actually are living the walk, right? Because a lot of men appear to be wealthy, but they're not really what they appear.
Sure.
Right? I recently helped this young man, and I'm not gonna say who his name is, but he is literally a mindset coach. Like literally, he has hundreds of thousands of people that follow him to be a mindset coach, and he was stuck in his head that he couldn't win the school games. Stuck, but he teaches people how to be wealthy and how to have a great mindset.
Yeah.
For 3 months, Corey, he was stuck not being able to win because he didn't think that he could. 3 months. And all he needed was 200 people to join his community.
Yeah.
And he has 250,000 people following him. And he didn't think that he could get 200 people. Right? But here's teaching everyone else about mindset and how strong mindset is. So I literally helped
Yeah.
him. After 3 months of him trying with other people and paying other people to try to help him, nobody actually gave him the actual step-by-step program. He within 2 hours he was on the game.
Sweet.
Within, I think, less than 24 hours he actually won the school games that he wouldn't have won without my help. And I have recordings of it.
Sweet.
So what I'm saying to you is like really do your research as when the men that you're going to be reaching out to, because you might end up that that once you reach out to these men, they may not have the life, but you do want to reach out to these men because if they are married and they have children, they might look back at who they were at your age.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If they're single, living the life, there may not have the maturity to reach down and mentor you, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So all you have to do is ask, and I promise you, like I have billionaires in my Rolodex. I don't know, you probably don't know what a Rolodex is. In my contacts, right? In my contacts, I have billion because I've asked.
Okay.
And asking is just sending a DM and say, hey, I know you don't know me. I know this is random, but I'm trying to not be a welder for 14 hours a day and have a better life. And I thought that I would reach out and blah, blah, blah. And ask God to give you wisdom.
Sweet.
Alrighty? So
I will, Maria. I appreciate your help.
yeah. So here's what you want to do. If you ever have any questions whatsoever, always post them inside of the community. I'm assuming that you're in our free community, right? So whenever you have
Let me double check on that. I'm pretty sure I am because I saw your post. So
give me 1 second, because you might be in our old community, but I don't know. So this is our free community right here, which says free help. So on this one, whenever you have any questions whatsoever, just post them here.
okay.
Right? If you post your questions here, and then you are active here, you never know what other people are here that were like, oh my gosh, you gotta go to Corey's community.
Okay. Awesome.
So just, it doesn't cost you anything. And then post on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. All of my settings on everything on Instagram is right. Everything that you need to know right here.
Yep, I will do that. I know how to do that.
Awesome. Well, anything else?
I think that's it. You've given me a lot of stuff to go, so I really want to get the ball rolling now. So I'm super excited about this. And yeah, even going through this conversation with you, that can help me, push it out, and hopefully it brings people to you as well. And this is just a great way to give back to everybody. And I love doing this. I love this new online thing, this new era that we're in. It's fantastic. So.
It's the best I have ever seen, and I'm so glad that you made it. And then now, Sandra, you had questions, right?
Yes, I think we had talked about me starting on advertising or whatever what I don't know if it was advertising, but on Facebook, and I need help in doing that.
Yeah. So you wanna create something very, very simple, right? So if you like, one of the things that you want to do is that you want to go over to TikTok and just peruse through TikTok STEM
Mm-hmm.
page. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, just look at what they're doing as to how they're promoting their STEM page,
Okay.
and then see what they're promoting it. And then all we have to do is that, if once you figure out what you want to be teaching and how you want to be teaching it, then all we do is that we're going to do a very simple flyer for you that you
Mm-hmm.
can post on all the mom groups. We're going to find
Okay.
5 mom groups.
Okay.
Now, the only thing that is going to be different than when you and I last spoke is that instead of people paying $10 a month, they're going to have
Mm-hmm.
to pay $99 a month. Now, you can teach introductory class inside of our free group, right? You
Mm-hmm.
can teach inside of our free group to get people interested, and then upsell them over to the Rich Habit X for $99.
Okay. Okay.
The reason we changed it, Sandra, was because if we didn't do that, you
Hello.
getting where you want to be would be really tough. Does that make sense?
Um, so you're saying from the get-go on Facebook, I'm gonna be advertising the $99?
No, you're just going to be advertising your program.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
You just you don't you when you go out on a date. Remember
Mm-hmm.
way back when you were dating?
Uh-huh.
You didn't say, "Hey, let's go in the back of my car and let's do some hanky panky." Did that?
No.
You said, "Oh, yeah, you want to talk to me? Sure, let's talk." Right? So
Right.
you don't start by saying, "Hey, this is $99." You just simply start announcing the information. Like when I go
Okay.
and I go to get the Happy Meal at McDonald's, they don't tell me how much it is until I get there, and then they tell me how much it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing here. We're not gonna
Okay.
we're not gonna promote how much it is, but the reason we change, the reason Mel and I come to the conclusion, Sandra, that the people that we were inviting to come and that they were adapting to the new program, we were attracting a lot of people that required massive help, Sandra, like massive, but they were not willing to do anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if we do, would you rather make $5 a person, or would you rather make $49 a person?
$49.
Exactly, right? Exactly. So when we get you to a place where you have 100 students
Mm-hmm.
on a monthly basis, right? It doesn't start, it starts with just one. But let's
Right.
say you get to 100 students on a monthly basis, that's $5,000 residually while you're sleeping.
But it will take time.
Yeah, it'll take time.
Mhm.
But look, we've been working for a few months already. So
Right.
if you just start posting and you make it your Mesogi goal, right? You make it your Mesogi goal that every single month, do you know what a Mesogi goal is?
No.
Okay, a Mesogi goal is based on the Japanese culture that you do something, you plan something that is going to define your year. So for me, my Mesogi goal for 2023 was to win the school games
Mm-hmm.
twice, to win it as an affiliate and to win it again as as with money, right? So
Right.
it could be that you actually bring in an income, or actually that you actually promote your program for 20 people every single day. And you only do that by putting it on 3 groups or 5 groups or 20 groups, right?
Right.
And it would literally, I can show you how to do it in 1 hour once we have the flyer. But it's
Okay.
promoted every
Do you want me to send you the flyer?
do you already have one?
No, I don't.
Okay. No, if you don't have one, we'll do it together, because
Okay.
I don't want you to have to do something that you don't know. Do you know how to do a flyer?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want you to have to do something that you don't know how to do. So
Okay.
once you figure out what the message is about what STEM is, because remember, I'm new to STEM. Like I didn't even know that was a thing. So you want to know what the message is, what everything is, and then once you have all of that, then we can turn around and make a flyer, and then you just simply share that flyer with a couple of words. Like if you're a mom and you want your sophomore or senior to go to college, check this out.
Okay.
And what we can do for your people is that we can actually do a trial period. So with your people, they can actually come in and they can do a trial for just your clients, and they can do 14 days, which I don't recommend. But at the beginning, you could start by just giving them I think it's 7 days only. You can do a 7-day trial.
Okay.
Right? So you just give them one session, and if
I think what I'm worried about is the material, getting the material, but I'll let's start with the flyer.
yeah, you mean the material that is in your head?
Yes.
Yeah. So nobody, unless you get Alzheimer's or something like that, or somebody chops off your head, it's in your head. We just gotta get it out.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So
Yeah.
in this case, what do you want me to book an appointment to make the flyer or what?
Yes. So, but first you need to do your research, right? You need to do your research as to what you're gonna be teaching.
I thought we already did that.
I don't think you finished it, did you?
Yeah.
You haven't finished?
I thought we would talked about one, getting prepared for college, two, financial. Okay, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me, because this is not about who you're going to be teaching, right? You're going to be teaching to sophomores and seniors, focusing on sophomores to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Decided that we were not going to focus on all the other choices, because those other choices, people are not willing to pay money for all the other choices.
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to pay money for people to get into school. I mean, into a college.
Mm-hmm.
That we talked about, but as what you're actually going to be teaching and how you're going to go about promoting this, we haven't discussed that. I remember, right?
Got you. Okay.
Is that
Do you
right?
want me to?
Or I remember?
I thought we did, but I got you.
Okay, so if you have notes on it, that will make it a lot easier. So
Okay.
in the new year, we can get together, like you said, and
Mm-hmm.
draft up the flyer, draft up the mom groups that you want to be a part of, and remember, you want to find groups that are more affluent versus less affluent.
Got you. Okay. Okay.
Because moms, like moms in South Orange County, they're willing to pay crazy money for their kids because they want them off to a good college.
Got you.
All right.
Okay.
Don't try to rescue anybody. Let's rescue you and your daughter first.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty?
Okay.
Right. Well, it was
Thank
a
you.
pleasure seeing you.
Okay. Good seeing you too. Bye, Mel.
Alrighty. Mel? I think Mel is having dinner.
Is he in California also?
No, he's in Texas.
Oh, so he's just an hour before. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, we will catch you later. We'll see you later.
Bye,
Okay.
Sandra.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you.